Welcome to the training site for DERA's environmental farming scheme. This training is an introduction to the EFS wider level option, provision of winter feed crop for wild birds. There is a video for you to watch, and this is followed by 4 questions which you need to answer. Further details about the environmental farming scheme are on the DERA website. This includes the information sheet for each of the options. This training will cover a number of aspects about the option, explaining what it is and why you might want to establish it, giving guidance as to where it is best established and certain things that you must do to be eligible. It mentions the field records that need to be kept and covers certain things that must not be done as part of the scheme. It outlines the checks that DERA will carry out, gives you the payment rate, and finishes up with some further practical advice about the scheme. Essentially, this option is about a mixed seed producing crop being established each year and left unharvested until at least the 1st of March the following year. And this is to provide foraging habitat and food, primarily during the winter period, as crop and weed seed for farmland birds. Why might you want to establish this? Well, it provides food for wild birds over the autumn and winter period in the form of both unharvested crop seed and also weed seeds which develop within the area. Where might you wish to establish it? Well, in field areas that are capable of supporting a cereal crop. You should try to avoid sites that are poorly drained or heavily infested with perennial or noxious weeds. It is best, if possible, to site it adjacent to thick hedges. And the winter feed crop may be grown as a plot or as a crop margin. Where it is a margin, it should be at least 6 meters wide. It can be grown as a rotational crop in that it can be moved around the farm each year in the normal rotation. However, the same total area must be established and maintained each year of the agreement. If it is established as part of the EFS higher level, then it has to be included in the site-specific remedial management plan. The amount that is detailed in the agreement is the amount that must be done. There is a minimum area of 0.1 hectare and there is a maximum area of 1 hectare plot size in a field, and the overall maximum will be as per the maximum agreement value. Certain things that you must do as part of the scheme: you must establish, retain and manage the claimed area of provision of winter feed crop for wild birds each year period for the duration of the agreement in the field where you have claimed it. You must manage it to ensure the sown species are present over at least 75% of the area. From sowing until 1st of March the following year, you must exclude livestock and don't harvest it. And you must sow a mix consisting of at least 1 recommended spring cereal and at least 1 other seed providing recommended species. These are the 2 lists, both of spring cereals and seed providing species, and your seed mixture must contain at least 1 from each of the tables below. You must keep and provide on request to DERA evidence of the seed mix used, and this can be from labels, from invoices which detail the mixture, the contents and the quantity supplied. You must also keep field records detailing the area established or re-established, the location, the dates work is completed, the seed mix used, and all management requirements, including integrated pest management requirements. You must keep field level records each year of the works undertaken for this option and any capital items associated with the option. You may use the format shown here, which is available on the DAERA website, or else you may prefer to use your own format to record the required information. Please note that there is a separate training module on record keeping, which will help you with this aspect of the scheme. You will need to keep agreement level records each year of the two parts of the integrated pest management highlighted here. This means indicating, as shown here by ticking a box, that you have assessed whether there are any issues with harmful organisms or pests in the establishment or maintenance of the option in your agreement. And secondly, that you have checked and recorded what measures you have taken to protect the option from such pests. You must not include grasses or legumes in the sown crop, and do not use this option on environmentally sensitive permanent grassland. And finally, do not harvest the crop. DAERA will undertake a number of checks, and this is to verify that the work is completed to the required standard. The checks can be of a number of types, and they can include office-based administrative checks, or secondly, they could be technologically based checks, such as control with remote sensing, or thirdly, they could be on-site checks, such as rapid field visits or on-the-spot checks. The type of checks that DAERA can carry out, they can check that the land is not permanent grassland sensitive. They can check that the claimed area is established, retained and managed each scheme year. They can check that each plot is less than 1 hectare area. And they can check that the sown mixture consists of at least one recommended spring cereal and one other seed providing species. Other checks can be that it is managed to ensure that the sown species are present over at least 75% of the area. They can check that from sowing to 1st of March the following year that livestock are excluded and the crop is not harvested. They can check for evidence of the seed mixture used, and they can check that the field records are completed. The payment rate for this option is £590 per hectare per year of the agreement. Some EFS options will overlap with EFA requirements, and the greening reduction will apply. Please note that there is a reduced payment if these options are used to meet greening requirements. Further information for successful establishment of the option is available in the information sheet. This deals with issues such as seed rates, sowing depths, nutrients, pesticide use, and re-establishment of the option. Finally, there are some things that follow on after this video. You must now complete the questions for this option, which follow the video. It is essential that you do this so as to register that your training on this option is complete. You should also read the information sheet that relates to this option, and this is available on the lesson site. And finally, if you have other options or capital items in your agreement, you can take the training for them after you've completed this option.